Hello everyone, my name is WickedRace858, and welcome back to another episode of The Realm, a Minecraft Bedrock realm that I play on with a group of friends. And today we are starting the video... Ouch. Today we are starting the video on this dock that we built in the first episode because we have some business building it. Today I want to work on the way down to the dock. See this mountain? Well, there's really no connector from our beautiful base down to the beginning of this dock. And there really needs to be a nice kind of pathway down here to improve the atmosphere of the build. So we're going to get into that right now. So with that, please like and subscribe and let's go. And as we're walking over to the mountain, you can actually see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be trying to build a pathway up from here to the top of the mountain because this dock is kind of secluded from the rest of the base, and if we want to make a better base, we're going to have to start working soon. So the main idea is that I want to have a kind of cave kind of pathway kind of going up the mountain and then have a pathway going along the cliffside up to the base. We can have some pathways up here, but overall it'll look really cool. Now I know it's hard to envision just by me saying it, but trust me, I'm going to work a bit on the design of it right now, and then I'll be back to you as soon as that's done so you guys can finally get a grasp on what I'm doing. And after a couple hours, I'm back to show you guys the result of what I've been working on. So, like I said, this is separated into the 3 different portions of the way up to the top of the cliff. And starting with the cave, you can see I've kind of just put a hodgepodge of blocks in here, like mossy cobblestone, moss block, some lanterns to complement everything with lighting, some blackstone, coarse dirt, everything that you can really think of, just to make this really look natural and good to the eye. Then when you get up here, you can see that we have the bridge portion, which is mostly simple, just spruce with spruce fences on the side, just to kind of look cool, but what's below really is what makes this part shine, and I'll show you guys that in a second. And as for the final flatter part of the way up, you can see I've just kind of made it out of slabs instead of normal blocks now, so you can just kind of run up and slowly. And then there are these street lamps made out of spruce fences and lanterns to really complement it. And like I said, below the bridge portion, you can see that there are lanterns and fence gates which really add to the atmosphere of the build, and when you're on the dock, you can really enjoy the bridge portion more. And I know for a build like this, I did cut and not really show you guys updates on when I was building it. If you want me to time-lapse my build or just have more checkups, put that down in the comments. All the constructive criticism really helps. But with that, I'm ready to move on to the next portion and what I'm going to build next. And the next thing I want to do focuses a bit more on the mines. So there are 2 things that I want to do right now. One is go on a great mining trip to get a supply of iron. Over the course of the last couple episodes, since the last time that I did a big mining trip, we have gone through all of our iron again, and as we haven't really been grinding recently for mining, we need to get a supply again. So right now, I'm going to be going down and getting a ton of ore and iron so that we can really get our supply back. That being said, after I'm done with said trip, I'm going to start working on a kind of mineshaft entrance. So yes, this looks fine for a strip mine, however, I feel like this just pillager banner random stone brick thing is just not going to work for the style that our base is, so I'm going to put a nice mineshaft entrance here, and I'm excited to build that. That being said, I want to go on this mining trip first, so I'm going to go, and I'll see you guys when I'm done with the trip. And though we didn't mine for long, we are back and we have enough iron to last us for the next couple episodes. We have about 3 stacks, and one of those stacks is smelting up in the castle over there. However, we have enough to kind of last us for a bit. However, we could have gotten more with the Fortune 3 pickaxe, and that reminds me that I do need to focus more on enchantments and villagers in episode 4, just so I can get the max enchantments more than mending and unbreaking, but that's for next episode. That being said, we also mined out this kind of pillager stone brick thing so that we can really start working on this mineshaft entrance. So I'm kind of going for a shack kind of look, but more like a steampunk thing with them pulling ores out of the depths of the mines so that I can really just tell the story of how this is a working mine shaft that we go into. However, nothing's going to get done if I don't plan and build this thing, so I'll see you guys when I have this mostly done. And we're already done. So this did not take me that long. However, this is the result of about 30 minutes of work on this mineshaft entrance. And well, let me first just say, when I said steampunk sort of build at the beginning, I completely went a different direction. So sorry about that, because it does not look steampunk at all. It looks more like the palette that we used everywhere else, which is what I should have said. That out of the way, I really just went for a kind of column style around the build. It almost looks like a more olden days bank, almost. So you can see it's just made out of stone bricks and the spruce wood, and then when you walk through, you can see the way down to the strip mine. That being said, this is not all that I had planned for this video. There's one more thing, so let's head over and I'm going to explain that. And though I want to get many more builds and stuff done for the base and for myself, I thought I should take the last portion of this video to just talk. Yes, I want to explain the full idea of what this base should look like by the end of this series and what types of farms I want to build and all that. I feel like we are 3 episodes into the series now, and we're far enough in so that, although I explained it a bit on the first episode, I feel like I should explain all of this now. So I'm going to head down to this grassy area below me and explain exactly what this base should look like in the end game. And now that we are here, I'm going to explain what this base is going to be like. So, as you can see, below me are all of the things that me and my teammates have built. You can't really see the castle over there, but I've been there enough so that you guys get the idea. But this is not nearly what this base is going to look like. First of all, the harbor area. I have put a lot of work into making the harbor area and the way down to the dock look beautiful. However, there are many more things that I want to do. This base needs to look lively. And so we want to put some ships around the harbor to make this look really cool, like ships are moving in and out of the ocean. On top of that, I want to put a lighthouse peering out onto the harbor just to make it really look like it's drawing ships into this base, and this base is kind of like a haven. On top of that, we will be having probably shacks around the sides of the harbor. So this harbor is going to look very lively, and we could even put some armor stands there. As for the rest of the base, we do want to put a lot of houses to improve the village landscape of this base. However, the main thing that we are going to be building is going to be begun on this little plain here. However, this is not nearly the size that it will be. So we are planning on building a gigantic castle that spans a lot of this great mountain here that peers over the entire base. So no, that castle over there is not going to be our final residence. The gigantic castle up here will be. With that being said, after all of this is done, I'm planning on probably terraforming the whole thing if we get the chance. Again, this will only work if I continue the series, so if you want to, please like and subscribe so that I can stay motivated to finish this and continue on with this series. Because I love doing it, and I hope you guys like watching it. That being said, this is not all that I want to do. So let's move over to a Pillager Farm to discuss the other things that I want to do in this realm. Now, if you are newer to Minecraft, you may not see this pillager or raid base as anything significant. However, for an experienced player in Minecraft, you know that this is the basis for a raid farm. And now what a raid farm is when you can pretty much get unlimited bad omen, which is the thing that spawns raids in this game, and then you can make a raid farm, which using a trident killer like the one in the creeper farm. This will give us many resources such as totems of undying, which will save us from death, enchanted books to just get extra enchantments, as well as other things. But the most important thing that it gives is emeralds. See, I want other enchantments, and although I will probably have them, this will be great for trading with villagers. Getting unlimited emeralds is one of the best things that we can do. Of course, I don't know which episode I will be doing this in, but I'm very excited to get this done. So let's head back to the base, and I want to explain one more thing that I'm planning on doing. And for the last thing, I went back to the base because I really don't want to go to the nether, and yes, this is about the nether. I want to build a nether hub. Now, the nether hub is something that I've always wanted to build, even though it'll be a very tough thing to build. However, I feel like I can do it. In the last realm, we didn't really have a nether hub, and that kind of bothered me because I feel like every big server needs one. So therefore, even with all of this base stuff on my plate, I'm going to be trying to build one. I don't know when it will happen or how it will, but after I'm done with my base and some of the farms, I'm very excited to start on it. That being said, we did a lot this episode. We built a path from the cliffside to the dock to connect everything. We went on a mining trip for some iron, and we built an entrance to the mine to make that look cooler. As well as that, we explained everything that we want to do in the future of this realm. So with that, that's an episode. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.